Hello, Tappers. It's ElloArfur here, and today it's time to get down to business because I'm going to be going through how to get rich in donuts for the third and final time. But this time, it's not going to be wishy-washy. We're going to get straight to the point, the main points as to how you can get rich in donuts without hacking, without spending money, and getting bankrupt. Yeah, I'm going to tell you just how to do it. And obviously, I've done it 2 times before, but both times there have been things missing from both these guys. Sort of the maybe certain tips missed out, or yeah, there's been new things added into the game at the moment, which wasn't included in the previous 2 videos. So yeah, I'm going to be covering it all today. So yeah, highly recommend sticking around for this one. Yeah, we're going to be going through everything you need to know, so you can get rich in donuts. So here we go. Let's get right into it. Many of you would already know that to get rich in donuts, you need cash, right? So hey, and you'll see, on my alt account, all been, by the way, this account, all been legitimately built up. And I did make a video on that saying, talking about my journey. So yes, here we go. So you can see God here, and obviously God is the best money-making character in the game. So yeah, he earns
even I'd rather be watching football.
777,777 cash, right? And so this makes God the most valuable thing that you can buy in the game, because with this, just without any money and XP percentage boost, you're almost getting 1 million every 24 hours, which is insane. And yeah, honestly, the ability that God has, the potential that he has, to get you donuts is incredible, right? So yeah, the best purchase, if you're going to purchase anything in Tapped Out, the number one thing should be God. And I'm going to be going more into when you should purchase the donuts in this video as well. But God is the number one thing to purchase. And honestly, if that's the only thing that you purchase in the game, you won't regret it. You honestly won't. And it's going to mean that you don't have to spend any more money on the game, basically, because you can get everything else you need in order to get rich in donuts, without God. But there's also a way around it. If you don't want to spend any money at all, 0 pence, then yeah, there's a way around that too. It's just a lot harder, I've got to be honest, miles harder, because even at this stage, God earns more money than all of my other characters in this town, by quite a large amount. I'd say he earns 70% of my cash that I get every day, and that's just one character, right? So, and when God does come, he's only about 20. I think you had to get Sergeant Sausage for 10 quid, then you had 700 donuts. It's obviously quite a lot of money at the time, but it's worth it, honestly. If you never have to spend money on the game again, it's worth it. So hey, we've gone through God, and so now, yeah, we're going to be going into the other ways of getting rich in cash, right? So the main other way is to increase your money and XP percentage boost. And so how do you do this? So for free, you can get 150% of your money and XP percentage bonus from the Springfield Heights. All the buildings, not all the buildings actually, all of the buildings that you place down in the Heights, except the exclusive resorts that you start off with, and obviously the buildings that allow you to earn the currency, right? So yeah, so we've got that, and anyway, sorry, get my words out. So we've got the deluxe condos, so they earn 1% money and XP bonus percentage, and then you've got the classic mansions, which are going to earn 4%. The classic mansions here, they're each going to earn 4% money and XP percentage boost. We've got the modern mansions, which earn 5% money and XP percentage boost. And we've got the valet parking, which earn 3% money and XP percentage boost. And the business centres here, business centres, which earn 2% money and XP percentage boost. And so if you have 10, you can get 10 of each of these, and altogether if you place down 10 of all of those, 50 buildings, I think it's 50 buildings, yes, 50 buildings, then you're going to get 150% money and XP percentage boost, which is honestly phenomenal. If you're starting the game, that is a major thing. So you cannot avoid the heights, I'm afraid, if you want to get rich in donuts. It's the way that you just have to go. Obviously, it's quite a tedious thing, but there's also other benefits of completing the heights as well, which are also absolutely monumental. So you'll need to do this. So then, so we started with that. Then we're going to be going over to the beach hideaways, right? So as soon as you've done that with the heights buildings, or at the same time, whenever you unlock these, to be honest, so these are 40 donuts, and each one you can get 5 of them. So yeah, they cost 40 donuts, and you're going to get 20% money and XP bonus for each one with all the pieces. And obviously, to get all the pieces, you have to get all the parts, collecting the heights. It's a lot of work to do all these collecting parts and things, but honestly, it's so worth it, because each one is going to give 20% money and XP percentage boost, and that's honestly a better return rate for money and XP percentage boost than most of the other things in the game. So it is incredible. So yeah, you're going to be wanting all 5 of these, and that is pretty much the first thing you should prioritise spending your donuts on. And as soon as you unlock the heights, get all those 10 buildings down straight away. And in order to get the percentage bonus, how it works is you're going to need all the individual prizes down that provide the boost. So say this one, the hideaway walkway, that's going to have an individual percentage boost. In order to get that boost, it needs to be placed in your town in the game. It cannot be in your storage box here in your inventory, because you're going to be missing out on that extra opportunity to earn more cash. So yeah, you're going to definitely need to do that. And so then, we're going to be moving on to character jobs. So, obviously you've got 2 types. So you've obviously got Grandpa, and he has, his jobs. Normal jobs, so the standard prices here. Obviously there's some premium tasks, babysit Bart and Lisa.
I'm sorry, your application to talk to me has been denied.
This is a better example. So yep, that's the base cash, and obviously if you've got a premium character,
I got a 200-inch plasma TV.
It's going to earn
in my
more
shoe closet
than the average character, basically. I've lost
knock it off.
Patty. But yeah, earns more than Patty, 50% more. So yeah, that's another example of how, another opportunity to earn cash is to get characters from the Yearbook mystery box, and I'll come on to that later. But yeah, those premium characters are very important in earning cash. Other than God, it's the main other way. And so yes, in terms of the jobs, so what I would do is, if you're starting the game, get as many tasks done as you can. Obviously, the more tasks that you can get done, the better. So if you can log on every hour, then do it. I couldn't do it, but hey, some people do. If you're starting the game, and then people tend to get a bit burnt out once they've sort of got all the characters for the cash that you're getting up to level 60. By the way, when you're progressing through the main dialogue, you need to get all the buildings and characters done, in terms of get them all placed, complete the main dialogue, and then so then you're going to have all those characters for free, or for cash even. And that's going to give you a great start to the game. So you need to complete the main storyline by placing all the characters and buildings in that. So yeah, So say Moe's Tavern is part of the storyline, the town hall is, and then you go up to say what are the Googleplex, that's one of the final buildings near level 60, around level 60, yeah. So do that. And so yeah, at that point you want to be completing as many tasks as you can. Create a schedule so that you know, like maybe with alarms and things, when you're going to log on to and remind yourself to collect the cash. But then as you become more experienced, I'd say there's only two options really, because you're not going to be able to do, you know, loads of 60-minute tasks forever. If you're playing this game for years particularly, you're not going to be able to do it. So you can either tie it in with your event quests and collect cash every 4 hours, which is something that I do. Obviously you could do 3 4-hour tasks, then do a 12-hour when you go to bed, or you could just do 2 12 hours. So you just wake up in the morning, and then go on in the evening again, another 12-hour. So yeah, you can do that. And obviously with this as well, particularly for newer players, a great tip is that you can speed up all the individual jobs when the character only has 10%, less than 10% of the time on the job remaining. So for example, for 60 minutes, gets a place for the trail. If Luke Stetson was doing the job and it only had, so he'd done the job for 54 minutes and then he had 66 minutes of the job left, then you could speed it up. And that's a real major money-making tip at any point in the game, to be honest, but particularly for those newer players who want to get cash and, you know, really, really quickly. I think it's more important then, but still, you can do it with individual characters. Yeah, when you're a higher level as well, it depends what your commitment's like, but as you've been playing, you know, maybe a year or two, you may not want to be doing that. And so for convenience purposes, this is also a very good thing to use. And so obviously it does cost cash to actually set them off on the jobs. However, the reward is much more than it says, because that's the base amount of cash that it's going to earn without any money and XP percentage boost. But for me, that's going to times that by 7. I've got almost a 700%, so it's really going to be 700,000 that I'm earning instead of the 102, and I'm only paying, you know, almost 20,000 cash for each 12-hour set. And obviously, if you don't have time and you're a more experienced player, and you think, oh, I'm not going to have time to set all the individual tasks, and obviously save the 20,000, then definitely do that. But I think realistically, this is a very good tool. You should certainly use this. Don't think you're wasting a ton of money, because really, it's worth it. It's better to set the jobs off. You know, if you don't have time, you're in a rush, set them off here, than to go and do them individually, or just not being able to set them at all if you run out of time. So now we're going to be moving on to the mystery boxes. And so we've obviously got 2 mystery boxes in the game, the Yearbook mystery box and the other mystery box, the Mr. Burns mystery box for 6 donuts. And so my advice with those, quite simply, is when you start the game, you know, you haven't got many, you get given a few donuts, but when you start the game, open the Mr. Burns mystery boxes. We'll find them for 6 donuts until you get 3 characters. So you get Kearney, Squeaky Voice Teen, Kearney the Squeaky Voice Teen, and the Blue-Haired Lawyer. But after you've got those 3 characters, stop opening them. I mean, there's other prizes. I've done many videos on the mystery box, did a major opening, but other than that, it's not good for advanced players. Well, there is actually, ignore that, at a certain point, but when you're sort of, where you want to earn more cash and get more characters, this is not the way to go. And so, what you're going to want to do is get characters from the Yearbook mystery box. This is the best way. Obviously, I've got that at the moment, and there's particular prizes that you want from the Yearbook mystery box. And the Yearbook mystery box is very good because it has really good value for donuts. So you're going to be getting every prize for 30 donuts, and pretty much every prize that you're going to get in the Yearbook mystery box is going to be a lot cheaper than you're going to get from the event store. And so that makes it a vital tool for you to use when you're developing. And so when you're going to be opening the Yearbook mystery box, you want to be prioritizing and refreshing the Yearbook mystery box until you get high earning cash bundles. So what I mean by bundles is like characters and buildings. So sets of those, you want high earning cash buildings or characters or costumes even, depending on what it is. So for that, I'd like you to go over to my Ultimate Tips and Tricks playlist. It has a lot of this advice, but this is more collected in this video. But more individual pieces of advice for the Yearbook mystery box. So it's got the best decorations there. The top 30, I believe. And then it's also got the top cash earning prizes in the Yearbook mystery box as well, which you're going to want to prioritise when you're starting the game for spending your donuts, such as the Wiccans there, because characters such as that can obviously earn 3 times the amount of cash, plus the extra percentage for the premium character. It's phenomenal, the increase. So yeah, you're going to really want to go over to those videos and on my Yearbook mystery box guides, watch the prizes that you're going to want to avoid when you're developing in the game, and the prizes that you want to prioritize, and do refresh. I know it can be boring as there's hundreds of prizes in the box. Do refresh until you get a really good lineup. So it's going to be, say, at least 4 out of 5 prizes are either high, they give a high money and XP percentage boost, or they are exceptional cash earning characters, or just characters if you can't find exceptional ones, but do prioritize getting the most exceptional ones as you can, such as the Wiccans, and there's many others. I go through all of them in those Yearbook mystery box videos, so yeah, please do go over to watch those, as understanding the Yearbook mystery box is a vital way to earn cash, because you're going to be getting the majority of the characters that are going to be earning you money in your town from there, other than God. So there we go. So then we're going to go on to the mystery box. So once you've got all of the prizes that earn a high bonus percentage from the Yearbook mystery box, this is miles into the future, but you've really sort of got through the box, then what you want to be doing is going to the Mr. Burns mystery box. And only at that point, when you've got all the best money and XP percentage bonus prizes from the Yearbook mystery box, are you going to want to do this. So, and the reasoning is because you can get basically an infinite amount of money and XP percentage boost prizes from the mystery box. And so these involve the Channel 6 news van, which gives a money and XP percentage boost of 2%. Then you've got the Itchy and Scratchy billboard, which gives a money and XP bonus of 0.5%. And only at this point, if you've got a lot of donuts to burn and you want to still increase your money and XP percentage boost, then you want to open the box. But this is at a very late stage for very advanced players. If you run out of prizes from the box and still want to get your percentage higher to help you with donut farming, then definitely do that. And so now that's going to leave me to go on to donut farming. So I'm going to be right back. Obviously, this is vital to understand, as this is the only way that you can actually earn donuts without spending any money. So, or hacking even. So basically, my advice, based on all my donut farming videos, do check them out, they're in the Ultimate Tips and Tricks playlist, and my experience playing the game, I recommend that you donut farm with Quickie Marts up to level 100. And the reason it is for this is because the Quickie Marts are going to allow you to level up really quickly. They're going to give, I believe 2000 XP plus your money and XP percentage bonus. You've done the Springfield Heights by this point, so your bonus is going to be really high. You're going to get to level 100 exceptionally quickly. So yeah, but once you reach level 100, I want you to stop farming with Quickie Marts. And the reason for this is because the XP requirement for each level up is going to jump from 40,000 to 500,000 per level, which is a major increase, and absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, as a lower player, you're not going to have the capacity to invest enough cash to get a good donut return nowhere near as frequently as you are when you start the game with the Quickie Marts, due to that major XP requirement increase. So yes, obviously you're going to get a few extra donuts from going up to level 100. It's not going to be a lot, admittedly, but it will help you. So when you get to level 100, right, and you're putting in all the methods that I've talked about, getting the characters from the Yearbook mystery box, maybe having God, I want you to save up hundreds of millions of cash. So this could be 100 million, it could be 200 million, and that's going to require a lot of patience, and you're obviously going to be wanting to, make sure you've got all the cash bought characters before from the main quest line. Before you do this, obviously you're going to want hundreds of millions of cash saved up, and then you're going to want to, for the donut farm itself, obviously hundreds of millions of cash. Just take a side step a moment. So that is going to take ages to save up, right? But that is sadly the only worthwhile method of farming donuts at that level, because the more XP farming sessions you do, the more donuts you lose. And obviously, this does challenge your patience, because see, if you could go from level 100 to level 939 in one session, then you'd save the most donuts, and you'd earn the most donuts, because you're not spending money, you're not spending donuts on these. And these obviously doesn't look like a lot of donuts, to be honest, probably at the time, because there's loads of ways of earning donuts that I'm going to go on to. But still, you're going to be wanting to save the donuts on this. So you're going to want to do really infrequent donut farming sessions. And even though the smaller sessions you're going to get, say, you're going to earn donuts to spend, sorry for the rotation, to spend on characters, it's still not going to do anything, because honestly, it's worth saving up the hundreds of millions of cash at this level, with your money and XP bonus percentage increased, to really get any donuts out of it, and to head towards the ultimate goal of getting up to level 939. And so, yeah, that's basically it. And so, in terms of what you're going to use to farm from level 100, you're going to want to use the rat trap delivery trucks, because honestly, they're the best decoration to use. God, that's reminding me, I need to get the manual power generator. So I'll just go there, and obviously these do earn the same sort of proportion of, they earn the same percentage for the cash you're investing as the other decorations, such as the barbecue pits, the barbecue pit, the bloodmobile. But these are the most effective, as they use up very, very little land, and you're going to get the XP immediately when you tap on it. You don't have to wait. So it makes farming much, much more effective. And when you're investing hundreds of millions, farming is sadly not a very quick process. So yeah, that makes rat trap delivery trucks essential for farming. As obviously the Quickie Marts, you're going to get a bit more of a bonus increase. But once you're above level 100, this is not really going to matter, because it makes donut farming so impractical that you have to wait 4 hours. You're not going to have enough land to do it. The amount of cash that you're using, you have to basically put all your town designs in storage. It's really impractical. So therefore, once you're above level 100, don't do farming with Quickie Marts, because it just ruins your town, and you're not even going to have enough land to do the farm to get the levels that you need and to invest the cash that you want to in the time. So there we go. And so, going back to this fella then, obviously you're going to want this activated on every donut farm, and to recharge it, you're going to want to do donut farming sessions within a 24-hour period. You're not going to want to keep it running all the time with a 10-day XP multiplier. Obviously better value for the period than the first one. However, you're not going to need 10 days, and even if you do level up from XP from character jobs, it is still not worth investing the extra 20 donuts in when you're not donut farming, because the XP is going to be very minimal from XP from characters in your town. So therefore, whenever you donut farm, stick it on and get the farm done within the 24 hours with the rat trap delivery trucks. It should be easy. It takes a couple of hours for me at this level. So yeah, when you're lower level as well, that will be very simple and quick to do. And that makes it even more vital that you use the rat trap delivery trucks instead of the quickie marts. Otherwise, it's probably not possible to farm all your cash in a 24-hour period due to the land and yeah, the build time and all that. So there we go. Right, righty-ho then. So, oh yeah, the last thing, with regards to the quickie mart and the rat trap delivery trucks, it's worth saying that the rat trap delivery trucks earn a huge amount more percentage than the quickie marts for the land that they require. So therefore, yeah, that makes them more effective. I didn't actually mention that directly. I did infer that, but yeah, I just thought it was worth saying. So there we go then. A lot of talking. I'm going to give my voice a rest and I'm going to come back for the next bit then. Well, a couple of tips just for newer players. So, we've got the Springfield Squidport. And obviously to unlock the Squidport, you're going to get a free character, the Sea Captain. So when you're starting the game, this is a really vital thing to do. You're going to get a character. But to get the character, you need to unlock the land next to the Squidport. Well, yeah, you know, the actual tile. So you need to unlock the squares of land up to it. Obviously, I'm not at that point in the game, so I can't directly show you. But yeah, you actually have to unlock the land up to it, despite being at the required level. You've obviously got to have two things: bit the required level to unlock the Squidport and the you know, the Sea Captain and all that, and you need the land next to it. This also applies to the Springfield Heights, which you know, this is much more important than the Squidport. But yeah, you're going to need the land leading up to the tunnel as well. And even though you might be at the required level, which I believe is level 30, maybe level 40, but I think it's level 30. You need the land right next to the tunnel in order to unlock the heights. What you don't want to happen is be at, you know, a much higher level and miss out on all the, you know, money and XP bonus percentage boost that you could be getting if you unlock the heights earlier. And so this leads me into my first little money-making tip then. And so these money-making tips, not money-making tips, donut tips, are all available to you at, you know, almost any point in the game, except this one with the heights and the Maggie minigame, I believe. So we've got this one, and so this is going to involve building up to the Frontier Bridge, right? So you're going to start, and you've obviously got the tunnel here. You've got all the buildings. You've got the coffee machine. You've got the coffee building. You've got the tech building and all that. And so what you need to be doing is to unlock the land here. And I want to mention the ultimate goal is the donut veins, which is obviously a huge donut reward if you're starting the game. And yeah, this does require a lot of commitment, but it can be done well if you give it the time. When you get to the other side, you're going to be getting loads more donuts every day, pretty much, because when you earn the prospector maps by sending, I think it's Lisa, Cookie, and Mo to collect the land deeds, or the blueprints even to get the land deeds, then you're going to be getting loads of donut veins. And yeah, and honestly, they go on, the donut veins go on all up to here and all over there, and there's loads. Honestly, absolutely tons of them. You're going to be getting hundreds and hundreds of donuts, maybe, I think, yeah, actually thousands of donuts, to be honest, from all of that. So it's worth doing for free. And so when you're here to get to that point then, so you need all the currency to unlock all the land spaces, and obviously this requires different currency to unlock the different land spaces. So what you want to start doing is increase your real estate value. And so the best way that I found to do this was to unlock, obviously once you've got all the heights buildings in place, which you've already done, you need to prioritize upgrading the deluxe condos, as actually they give a really good deal for upgrading the buildings. And by the way, upgrading the heights buildings, didn't mention earlier, doesn't increase the money and XP percentage bonus. They just need to be placed as an item. That's a really important point, actually. So yes, so it's going to require lots of different currencies. So you're going to want to increase your real estate value to unlock all the jobs, you know, for that currency earning building. So like this one, I've obviously got to unlock these jobs. Honestly, I've just seen the amount of currency I have. I don't quite know. I don't know how that happened. I have to speak to my town designer about that. So, but hey, so we've got all these. So just to, yeah, this is a good example actually. So to increase your storage for the building, you need to unlock all the jobs for all the characters. And what this does is allows you to have another character who owns the currency. And it also increases the storage for the currency of the particular building. And both these things are needed to basically unlock all the currency earning buildings in the heights. And to unlock all of them, is you're going to need all of them to get over to the bridge. And yeah, and so what you're going to need to do is unlock all the buildings, and then what you want to do is once you unlock the last building, you want to work your way downwards towards the mountains here, as you're going to be able to get the land quicker, and then work your way to the side, and then outwards towards the bridge. As you're going to get the best deal, and this is because you're going to be getting land for currency that's easier to collect, such as sofas and coffees, instead of the trophies and the the more valuable currencies. So that's vital to do. And there are maps online and things like that, but you'll soon find that. Do remember that you start from the middle once you've got the last building to earn all the currencies in the heights. Then you work your way downwards, then to the limit here, and you want to work your way back outwards again. And that way you're going to get to the bridge. Then you repair the bridge, and then you've got hundreds of donuts awaiting you. So yeah, best of luck with that, everybody. And that is going to take absolutely hours and hours, but I tell you what, it's the best feeling. You get a massive dopamine hit once you've got that bridge up and running. I tell you what, it's incredible. It was incredible to unlock it back in the day. So right then, moving on to the other stuff. So we've of course got daily challenges. So obviously most of you have seen these. You'd be living under a rock if you haven't. So basically my thinking with this is basically when you've got a daily challenge that's giving you donuts, take it. So even if it's one, so you can get 1, 3 or 6 donuts, even if you've got a prize that's 1 donut, keep it. Don't refresh, as you could lose a donut and get cash. And I believe it's like the odds are pretty even between getting donuts, cash, and obviously the heights currency. So yeah, if you get cash or heights currency, obviously for the heights currency, if you're really desperate, maybe you have a few off to get into that bridge, getting one of the land squares to the bridge, then yeah, take it. But normally, if you don't need the currency, like me right now, I don't need the currency, then refresh it for donuts. And even though if you refresh, say, 1 donut in an attempt to get 3 or 6, it's possible to happen, but it's more likely that you're going to get cash or heights currency, which is not what you want. So with the daily challenges, basically refresh on cash or heights currency to get donuts, and keep donuts, and then that way you're going to be getting lots of donuts when you start the game, which is vital to get all the the decorations which have a high money and XP bonus percentage boost, and all the characters that you're going to need to build your town up from the Yearbook mystery box too. And so moving on to the next one then, we've got the Maggie mini game. And so this can be done, I believe, once a day, or it might be every, I don't know the actual time period, we'll have a look in a minute. But yeah, you look around until you can hear a sucking noise, so that means Maggie is in the area. And there are certain buildings that Maggie can only appear on. If you look it up online, I think you can see the whole list. And obviously this is not always an easy thing to do if you've got a really large town like mine. But if you're starting the game, it's particularly more important that you do this, as when you unlock it, you're going to probably need donuts at that stage. So yeah, these few donuts that you get are very important. And yeah, with the minigame as well, you can earn up to 3 donuts as well. So you can get 1, 2 or 3 donuts. And yeah, I'll show you that in a minute. can't find Maggie, to be honest. Don't know where she is. But there is a set list of buildings, so if you have a number of blue houses, it makes it a lot easier to find her as well. That's a good tip. So sadly, we didn't find her. She was on the Ziff. That's one of the buildings she can appear on, the Ziff headquarters. But, so basically, I'll tell you what happens if you win. And you will win if you've got a smaller town, as it's way easier to find her. Basically, you can get 1, 2, or 3 donuts. And with that, it's worth using the cash to get more donuts. Say if you get 1 or 2, to get 3, because the cash that you're investing to get the extra donut is more than you get if you invested the cash in donut farming. So, yeah, the Maggie minigame is also really worth doing. Then we've got the obvious one, which is to tap Homer 10 times to get the 10 donuts and the Jebediah Springfield statue, which is a lovely thing to do. You can only do it once, and I'll show you how it's done. And it's not obvious at first. I was confused at first. So you first tap on Homer. So imagine Homer's walked out on the street right now, and what you have to do is, once you're on this stage with the bit that says Homer and the task he's doing, or he won't be doing a task, he'll just be walking around when you do this. You need to tap him 10 times, and he'll giggle. And you need to tap him 10 times whilst he's giggling to get the statue. So yeah, that's another 10 donuts. So then, one thing left to go over really is the the investment. Also, I must mention that at level 939, if you don't know what happens then in terms of donut farming, then 2 things happen. So the XP requirement is going to go up from 500,000 to 1 million for each level, so it makes it a lot harder to level up. And you should carry on these infrequent donut farming sessions, as much as possible, to save the donuts that I talked about. But it's less important, as you're going to be earning a lot more cash in a much shorter space of time by this point, because of your high money and XP bonus percentage boost, and all your characters, and maybe God as well. So yes, also on each level, when you level up in level 939, you don't go up in actual numbers anymore, but you go up each time when you hit the requirement to level up from 939. Despite not going up in the number, you get donuts, and you can get 1, 2, or 3 donuts. And with that, it's always worth using the cash to get the 3 donut present, if you don't get it the first time. So yeah, even if you're going to be spending lots of cash to get the 3 donuts, say if you get 1 donut, spend the cash, then get 2 donuts, spend the cash, then get 3, that is better than investing the cash, to get the donuts otherwise. So yeah, do that. So that is also worth saying. Also, for the heights, for the money and XP bonus percentage boost, don't waste your time on getting 10 exclusive resorts placed down, as you really don't need to. And yeah, save your time on getting all those advertising things, so don't do that. And then now we're going to be getting on to the final thing then, which is oh yeah, one last thing with the donut farming thing. Actually, just want to make sure I cover everything, as I pledged to do, is that definitely do not exchange donuts for cash, as this is a terrible deal. So say 6 million cash if you farmed it, I don't know how much you get, but you get nowhere near 1,600 donuts at all. So definitely do not ever do this in the game. It's terrible. Even when you're desperate for cash, when you're starting the game, you think, oh, I only need 10,000 to get that character. Don't do it. In the long run, it's just a terrible deal. Honestly, never ever a good idea. Probably the worst thing you could do to your game in Tapped Out, to be honest. Probably. Yeah. So there we go. Right. So there's that. Oh yes. So the final thing was spending money on the game. So there's 2 reasons why I want to spend money on this game. One is to get God, which is the most important reason. So yeah, in terms of, you might have to spend money on getting a premium character like Sergeant Sausage. I don't know when he's going to be returning. Could be returning hopefully later this year. but he has returned, say, for the cost of 777 donuts the last couple of times. So therefore, you're going to want to spend, if you need him to get you want to get the donuts, either save them, but you're not probably going to be able to save them up by that point. So you're going to want to buy them, and then once you've made that purchase, that'll be your only purchase for the game. And honestly, God, once you've made that purchase, you're not going to need to purchase anything else. Ignore the super premium character there, as yeah, I think super premium character is just not worth it unless it's annoying. That's a whole nother story. We won't get into that. But yeah, to get rich in donuts, God is a fundamental part. So yeah, that's the most important time to spend money in the game, to get God, basically. So whenever he comes, if you want to make a one-time purchase, it might be a lot. But if you're never going to spend any money again, you're going to play tapped out for the next 3 years or however many years, then yeah, make the one-time purchase, get him, and never spend money on the game again. Also, if you're desperate for characters, you're just starting the game, the other time is Black Friday. Obviously, you're going to get bonuses with the golden mystery box tokens. I doubt they're going to change those, as they've been the same 5 years running, or however many years running. So that's a brilliant time, and you're obviously going to get the Lard Lad Donut Factory, Cosmo, Golden Goose Royalty, and Yahweh. And by the way, the Cosmo, Lard Lad Donut Factory, Donut Mech, things like that, are not needed to get rich in donuts. Really, to players who donut farm without having to spend money to get those, they earn way more than, what is it? If you collected from Cosmo, Lard Lad, and Yahweh, all those donuts in a day, 18 donuts, and the Donut Mech, 21 a day. It sounds a lot to new players, but if you're donut farming, you can make thousands in a day, absolutely thousands. So yeah, honestly, do not think that you need those buildings to get rich in donuts. You really don't. But hey, if you're going to spend donuts, that's another good time of year. But then, if you're rich, and I'm saying this, if you're rich, and you say, I've just started tapped out, I really want an immediate head start, then basically do a one-time purchase of the boatload of donuts, and then you're set, basically. But don't do loads of little purchases. That is the worst thing to do. You're going to waste a ton of money, because the value on purchasing the donuts is better with the more money you spend, with the boatload of the 2,400 donuts being the best value. It looks like an enormous amount of cash, but if you've got loads of money to burn, then get that instead of getting all the dozens of donuts you need to get 2,400 donuts. I don't even want to work that out. God, that would be hideous. So yeah. So yeah, that is really all the advice. And so really, I hope that this video gives you hope that you don't have to hack the game. You don't have to spend a ton of money to get it, maybe a bit to get God, but really, to get rich in donuts, it's possible. And all the advice, go and check out the Yearbook Mystery Box guides, the Ultimate Tips and Tricks playlist to fill in any gaps, or just to consolidate everything that I've said in this video. Do check that out. But yeah, I wish you luck on getting rich in donuts, everybody. It's something that can definitely be done legitimately, and it makes this game really enjoyable when you get to that stage. It may take a year or two, but it's worth it. If you're really invested in this game, you can do it. So thank you very much for watching, everyone, and yeah, good luck with earning donuts, and good